Hello everyone and welcome back to the Roshi's Backyard Talk. Today we have started with cameras. So the
2022, new you.
first podcast of the year, and we bumped it up a notch from the production. And I'm joined by Ethereum, aka Josh, and special guest Mr. Mondo Cool.
How are you? Hey, I'm doing good. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing actually pretty good.
Doing wonderful, man.
It's it's actually pretty great to have you on the podcast because we've been discussing this for a couple of weeks now.
I think I mentioned it in like the second episode of the podcast.
Yeah,
it was a while.
Episodes.
I know that you had first brought it up to me sometime last year. I don't remember exactly when because the last 2 years have been mashed together so hard with everything going on, of course.
Yeah,
it's been a wild 2 years, man.
Yeah.
It's been a quick 2 years.
I've never imagined that I'd have such a wild couple of years while stuck in one room.
Yeah.
That's going to age horribly if I ever go to prison.
Oh,
but don't take that out of context.
Yeah, YouTube don't do that.
Well, for those of you that don't know, Mr. Mondo Cool here, he narrates very dramatically, as he puts it, Dragon Ball fan manga. If you haven't followed his channel, you need to go find him on YouTube. Type in the search bar Mondo Cool. You will find plenty of fan manga that you will love to follow because I know I have.
There will be a link in the
years.
description of the video, so
well,
people can
direct
go
follow
there though. So like Ethereum said, you do some fan manga of Dragon Ball narration, but introduce yourself a little bit.
Well, I am Mondo Cool. Unfortunately, I am neither a large individual nor very cool, so the name's not very fitting, but I do, at the moment, for the last few years, fan manga narrations of Dragon Ball with motion and sound effects, and I just do my best to bring the manga to life and make it a more, I guess, immersive presentation than just reading it by yourself. I knew there are a lot of people. I actually just talked to a waiter the other day, because we were just randomly talking about anime because they had an anime shirt on. I think it was Attack on Titan, but I don't remember. But they said that they loved anime, but they couldn't stand reading manga. And I'm like, well, that hits me. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing at this point in my life, because I guess that's where I come in, so I'll just read it to you, you know?
Yeah, that's what your channel is good for, actually. Just the people who are too lazy to read it, just listen to your videos.
And that's for...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, plus it's kind of like a central hub for the fan manga, man. It really, if people don't know where to find it, they just find your channel and then bam, they're on it. Yeah,
I try to, what's the word I'm looking for? Categorize it, itemize it. I try to make it very accessible to find what you're looking for with all the playlists and everything. The only thing, and it's just the state of YouTube, is that how clickbaity I have to make the titles.
It's getting worse and worse.
Yeah, I never, I have a rule with myself. I'll never outright lie or anything like that. But if I come up with a good title that's going to get somebody's attention that I feel like is true, I have to put it in all caps and all these exclamation points. And the biggest thing that drives me nuts is I can't have the part 1, part 2, part 3 anymore. With the exception of Dragon Ball Multiverse, because I'm at part 55 with that, and I refuse to stop numbering it now. Because the algorithm will knock it down for a reason X or Y. People just don't care to click on a part 2 or a part 3. Or YouTube recognizes that as they won't understand where this video is coming from. It'll be out of context and it won't fare as well. But that is one thing I've realized, that when I number an episode or a video now, that the numbers go down significantly.
The algorithm, man, that thing is just down to ruin people's careers.
Yeah, it's vicious.
Yeah, and especially now with the extra DMCA rules. As well.
Did they add some new ones at the beginning of the year?
Yeah,
just talking about the general.
No, the general ones, like
Gotcha.
When YouTube had the Apocalypse.
Yeah,
before,
yeah.
And then.
Yeah, luckily, I don't think when the adpocalypse happened, I was very prominent on YouTube yet. I think I was still just doing it occasionally for fun. So I didn't get hit by that, luckily. But I know how it feels going from December to January, where your money's literally cut in half. So that's a lot of fun. So I can't imagine what it's like having it being cut by, down to a tenth.
Wow.
That's ridiculous, man.
It's not an exaggeration. It's literally this month I'll be lucky to make half of what I made in December.
That's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, that is really ridiculous.
It is what it is, people. Advertisers realize people like to buy stuff from August to December for Christmas, Thanksgiving, I guess. Maybe there are more birthdays that time.
Of course, with the holiday seasons.
Yeah, so advertisers just put out more ads and pay more then. And luckily, it's usually just January. By February, March, things start to rise up a bit. And usually by August, it's at its max. So I can't complain too much. I still get to do what I love for a living. Before I got to do the channel, I was working in insurance in a Trauma 1 medical center emergency room.
Okay.
And to go from that to being able to last time on Dragon Ball Z, it's pretty nice. It's a lot less stressful.
Yeah, I can imagine it is, yes. And and you obviously love what you do, so being able to do that full time is great.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man. You really gained some traction too.
It's picked up a little bit, yeah.
When we first launched when you first launched our video covering our fan manga, Dragon Ball Bloodlines, man, I think you had like 219, and now you're like right at the cusp of that 300K, man.
I'm almost there, yeah. I think 291. I was really optimistic about hitting 300 in January, but everything has kind of staggered a bit. So I'm optimistic for February.
There's still time.
Oh, there's still I'm not in a huge rush, You of course you want to keep the channel moving and going, but at the end of the day, it's about putting out the stories that I want to tell that I think deserve more attention, and you can't be worried about the numbers too much at the end of the day. That's just extra.
No, that will throw you off so much.
You just gotta keep trudging through it, man.
I look at them to a responsible level, in my opinion, like I was talking about with the clickbaity titles and whatnot. But other than that, I think I've stayed loyal to how I started the channel, to where I'm like, I just want to tell these stories in the most respectable, honest way possible.
You do a really good job too, man. I mean, I'm not, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I'm pretty hard to please, man. And you find all the right ones. I'm just saying,
man, right on.
Especially I like the multiverse ones.
Oh yeah, man. There's
Multiverse
so many.
is such a fun series, and it cracks me up because it's one of those series to where people either love it or they hate it. I don't understand how people could hate it.
I've seen so much hate about it.
Yeah,
it's like one of the first really continuing, ongoing fan mangas, man. I remember
it's been going
2009.
Was it 2009? Jeez, man.
It was a long time now.
It was right after I got out of high school, man. I'm thinking.
Yeah. I was going to give a quick shout out, which I will anyway, to Malik Torihane with Dragon Ball New Age, but I think he started his originally in 2011, so he is still one of the originals.
He did AF, didn't he?
He did New Age. AF was
I saw it.
Young Gigi, and then Toyble, who went on to change his name to Toyotaro.
We talked
for those
about
who didn't know. We have a fan manga artist or a fan manga author now helming the art for the series. I don't know how much story control he has. I know he has a little bit over Super, but it makes me scratch my chin every time I see something I saw in a fan manga first appear in Super.
100%.
Oh yeah.
So I have to ask myself, is that because we have somebody who definitely read Dragon Ball fan manga before getting the job, or is it because there have been so many ideas put out there? It's like, well, this is what I want to do. I know somebody else has done it, but I don't want to change the idea. It's just what I like for the series.
Yeah, with how many stuff that's circulating through the internet, one of those ideas will come across one of the artists of Dragon Ball for sure.
You got at least 2 to 3 billion people on the internet at any one time. So somebody's going to come up with an idea that's already been came up with. But
absolutely, and that's what I try to ground myself with. And there are some things where I kind of look at, I'm like, that's an awful big coincidence. Then the other things, like the idea for an evil Goku, I'm like, we have all thought about the idea for an evil Goku. Even Toei thought about the idea for an evil Goku with Turles. So, in some capacity, of course, just basically a non-related twin, I guess, is what you'd call him.
His uncle, or whatever the dub tried to say. It was Bardock's brother. Like, okay. Where's that in the official handbooks and Daizenshus and Kanzenshus? It's not.
It's just some good old grade A Dragon Ball filler for you.
Good old headcanon.
Come up with something. But
I mean, to be honest, I kind of like this design. The
oh yeah, man.
I mean, it's just Goku in a Saiyan suit, and with a scouter, but still was cool to see.
That's why everybody liked Bardock. It was he looked just like Goku with Vegeta's attitude. You can't,
pretty much,
exactly. Best of both worlds.
Not knocking Turles or Goku Black, or I guess by extension Zamasu, but what I am saying about it is it's just not that original of an idea. It's not that surprising to see the main series do it because it's such a TV trope at this point. I'm just surprised he didn't have a little goatee to go along with it.
Right, the evil twin.
Yeah.
Oh, Flexo from Futurama.
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, the most recent original design they ever put out was Moro.
Oh yeah, man.
I liked how Moro started, and I still like his abilities.
Perfect Cell.
And
how he started and how he ended was. I say this every time. I hated it.
Yeah, it's like I've gotten criticized for this statement before, but I kind of stand by it, where it seems like Moro followed that cliche to where it started out as a kind of cool, unique, original design, then ended up just being the chiseled, handsome villain by the end of it. Like, we had Perfect Cell do the same. Who else did we have? There was What's-His-Face from, I think he's from Heroes. Starts with an S. I never followed that one, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, I haven't seen much of it either.
Yeah, I can't remember. He was a Squidward kind of guy. But there are a few villains that followed that trope, and that's the only thing that kind of annoyed me was his final form.
Yeah, I don't know. I love the goat. The goat form was unique. It was
weird.
It was special. Wasn't
the goat form was awesome. I just didn't like how he had all this magic, and then by the end of it, he was just another punchy, fighty villain.
Yeah, that's what it came.
They
literally
really
came
started
down
it off
to
great, but
Vegeta punching the ground to defeat him.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Punch the planet as hard as you can.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Which also cracks me up, because I'm like, couldn't Vegeta... I mean, it was Earth, so if I remember right, they were on Earth when that battle happened, but...
Yes,
so you don't want to punch the Earth too hard and just destroy it, Raleigh style. Apart. But it's
These guys can punch through dimensions.
I guess... the compliment I can give that is that's not what anybody expected. How the arc to end, Vegeta punching the planet. So
true.
Yeah. I mean, it just kind of ended like the Perfect Cell thing was like.
Yeah.
Gohan needed the split second, and because of Vegeta's last minute move, he saved the day, and Gohan was able to blast him. And now it's like, oh, Goku needed a second. Vegeta punched the ground really hard. Goku got his second and blasted him away. Like.
Yeah, they have a nice little formula they like to do with Goku winning fights, but what I will say is...
give that man a villain already,
I'm going to give Super a little bit of credit, because I'm not a Super hater. I enjoy it for what it is. It's just not crazy
for sure.
groundbreaking.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's had its really great moments.
Goku hasn't soloed a victory. He hadn't soloed a victory, I think, until Moro. And that was still assisted by Vegeta. Because with Beerus, he lost. Then with Frieza, technically Frieza destroyed the Earth until a literal angel is like, lol, no he didn't, and turned back time.
Yeah.
And he was able to get the win that way. And then he lost against Hit. Who else did we have?
got killed by Hit. Let's not forget that. Granted, it was filler, but it did happen.
Yeah, it happened.
So, like, I'll give them some credit. They really held off on it being the Goku show to a certain degree. Of course, I feel
because when he was fighting Jiren in the Tournament of Power, Frieza helped him, and 17 helped him as well.
Which I'm just going to go on record and say 17 being in the Tournament of Power was awesome. His unexpected power gain, though, I wish they would have like explained it somehow. Like his design was broken back then, and one of his infinite generators wasn't working, and now he's at full power. 5 seconds.
Something like that, yeah, absolutely.
You know, like,
I mean, that
he just fights
bears. Training on this island, and I don't know how much time has passed since Cell and modern times with Dragon Ball.
I mean, there's been
at least 10 years.
There's been a significant time, though.
I don't know. I think
it's been about 10.
I think just what it is that Toriyama, we just have to face it. He doesn't plan for the future. And so he has to find a way to make things work.
The only really connected series for me felt like from the Frieza saga into the androids. It was so connected and perfect and seamless. But, like, he didn't even know what to do between, like, Cell and Boo, so he's just like, Goku's gone for 7 years. Figure it out. Like,
yeah. And that time is still yet to be covered. I'm like, that would make an amazing OVA or miniseries or anything, really. Video game filler.
I think we've talked about it in every episode that we've had so far, is that BoJack movie fits perfect in there, and there's, like, nothing wrong with it. Yeah. It's, like, the only movie that can actually be in the main timeline without having battling, you know, things going on.
Yeah. I've had the argument that the Dead Zone could be a prequel, but I've had other people tell me I was wrong with that. I just don't remember their argument. But the BoJack movie would fit completely seamlessly.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But
all the other ones, there's just something wrong. Like Goku should be dead, or he shouldn't know that move yet.
I don't know how they missed the opportunity. You're good. I don't know how they missed the opportunity of going into that, you know, and showing how the fusion dance was discovered, or at least, you know, discovered by Goku.
Right.
I think they were like called the Meta somethings. I don't remember their name. I won't lie.
I don't remember either.
It was the Metamorans.
That's it. Thank you.
I'm like a Dragon Ball historian, man.
Is that a Dragon Ball Wikipedia?
I got half of it.
Hey, man, 50% still better than nothing. So
yeah,
true.
I got on the board at least. I was going to say Metamoshins, so I was going to be wrong.
That actually sounds like a cool alien race name.
The Metamoshins.
That one.
Yeah, write it down.
I don't know. I just think it would be a great movie, or a great side story, or a great fan manga. Hint to somebody out there, and you know, just I don't think anybody's ever done it, and it baffles me, man.
Speaking of fan manga, Dragon Ball Bloodlines Chapter 2 is out on Manga Draft. If you want to check that out, it's also going to be available on our website, probably within, I would imagine, around March. Just gotta get our reader ready.
I don't know how he's. Our team is getting on for the website, so.
And then
but it will be
eventually cover that.
Like you said, you can read it on the Manga Draft already. So I'm happy it's out. By the way, it was God.
It took a long year.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the team's fault. It's like everything came in between, and there were people still have lives outside of this. They have work, they have responsibilities. It's difficult.
It's definitely
and of course the time zones.
And you guys aren't alone. I know of other people that have had issues with either the studio they're working with that produces their manga, or just individuals. Even in just the Dragon Ball fan manga community, that because of everything that's going on at the moment, things are just tougher to get done. People get sick a lot easier. People have family members they have to take care of, or just other things happen. I know one studio flooded. They had a big flood, and all their computers got fried.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And so it's like everything went wrong. It's like that is That's a business-ending disaster, you know.
Yeah.
Luckily,
No,
I think they've recovered, but I'm sure it was scary
gotta have
for them.
backups for your backups.
Insurance.
Yeah.
So it's,
Yeah, insurance. But yeah, the thing is, insurance doesn't pay the whole thing, right?
Oh no, they won't pay the whole thing, and then they'll raise your
Not to
rates
mention
probably
you
by
probably
double
gotta-
for the next year. And insurance is fun. I don't miss it.
Yeah.
I mean, who does?
Yeah.
I mean, you most of the time it's good you have it, but it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's
It's a pain to deal with. That's for sure.
Yeah,
silly. Where are you
especially if
guys?
If they have
Where
to
you,
pay out.
speaking of insurance, where are you guys from? I'm just curious.
I'm from Belgium.
Belgium?
Yeah.
Yep. And then I'm from Kentucky.
Kentucky. Oh, cool. You're right.
buddy.
Right around the corner from me. I'm in Indiana.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah. I'm in. I won't name the town, but we'll say southern
Yeah,
central
yeah.
Indiana.
Gotcha, man. I'm from, I guess you could say Western Kentucky.
You might be right close to the
outside of
author
the
of
Paducah
Dragon Ball
area.
Infinity, actually.
Yeah, no, Jordan
Oh
Lee.
wow.
Yeah.
We live about 2.5 hours from one another.
That's pretty cool. I honestly didn't know Kentucky was that. What's the word I'm looking for? Horizontal.
Oh my god, dude, it's such a long state, man.
Yeah.
It's about as long this way as Illinois is this way. If you've ever tried to drive from northern Illinois down to southern Illinois,
No, luckily I haven't. I just had a friend move from Indianapolis to Sacramento, and I think he's still on the road driving out there. He left, I think, Monday, and it's Sunday now. He's probably there by now, but he said he was going to take his time.
Hopefully.
You might
Him
wanna
and his
call
old
him.
roommate and lifelong best friend. Well, I've done that drive before, but I did it to L.A., from Indianapolis to L.A.
Oh
And
wow.
it is a
that's
daunting
wild.
drive. Like, oh my god, I wasn't ready for it. It was so boring, especially because I
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
the one driving. I was a passenger.
Did you
Oh,
have to
that's
go through
even
Kansas?
worse.
I had to go through Kansas, yes.
Okay, yeah. My buddy Jordan, he made that trip a few years ago. They were going to go out to Denver, and then they got out to Denver, and they're like, "Hey, this is the farthest west we've gone. Let's just see if we can keep going." And then they got they parked. I think they parked their car, got a rental that had the driving assist. So you had to have your hands on the wheel like every 30 seconds or something like that. But the car drove itself. It was like, I think it's like a Chevy's version of a Tesla autopilot. But
That
he said it was great.
yeah, so that'd be pretty cool
Oh,
for the
okay.
interstates.
Yeah, especially through Kansas.
Kansas,
Nothing wrong
yeah.
with Kansas. It's just Kansas is really flat and there's nothing there.
Yeah, there's not a lot, man. It's that's where we grow all our vegetables as a country.
Oh man, when I was in the States a couple of years ago and I did a big road trip with some friends, it was some areas were cool to look at when you drive through, but some, like you said, it's just flat.
Yeah.
You know what?
I was
though.
a flat.
I'd much
What do you
prefer
say?
Kansas over having to drive through Atlanta or somewhere, because I've driven through Atlanta before, and the rush hour is intense.
Oh,
Man,
for the
I'm
rush, yeah. I can't imagine.
I'm originally
though.
from Chicago, so as I can speak that the rush hour there in
Downtown
Chicago is
Chicago?
pretty
Oh,
bad.
God.
It's
Yeah, I
pretty
imagine.
bad. But if you've ever gone through Atlanta near the Coca-Cola factory during rush hour, you're going to be there for a while.
I've had the pleasure of doing that 2 or 3 times because one of my best friends moved to Florida when I was 10 years old, and we kept in touch for
Yeah.
several years afterwards, and then got back in touch about 2 years ago. So my mom
Oh,
was
wow.
nice enough. She was friends with his mom, that she would drive me down there every couple years, and every time we got stuck in Atlanta rush hour, and I've never forgot it.
Oh boy.
That's
Is
not
it
fun
also
at all.
like the same like downtown LA? Isn't that really a nightmare?
Oh man, I don't think it was bad as LA. LA is as bad as people make it out to be. You might as well get a bicycle. If you have to go anywhere under 10
Okay.
miles, you might as well get a bicycle. With that, once you got off the highway or the interstate, it was bad, but it was doable. But it was almost always at a standstill when you're on the interstate, which is
Oh, I
ironic because
see.
those are the ones designed to make things go faster. But
Ironically,
was complete
yes, but it's
So I'm fine if I never go back to Los Angeles. It was a cool experience to see it. Despite what people had said to me, everybody was really stinking cool. They could probably tell I was very not from there. And I ran into a lot of good people.
That's cool, man.
But
I've
I had a
always
really
wanted
good
to go out
experience
west.
while I was there.
I've been there for one night because we flew over there from when we started our journey in the States, but we never seen anything from the town, or from the city, I should say.
No. Did you fall into the same trap a lot of people fall into? They don't realize how big the United States is.
Oh,
Or were
I
you
was
well
aware how
aware
big
it's
it
a
was
big
because before that I went to it. I went to a couple of years before that. I went to Florida, to Orlando and Miami. So that was my first experience in the States actually, and it was like, okay, yeah, this is fucking big. And that was only one state though.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was just a stereotype or not, with people not realizing the United States. You can't. It's going to take about a month to see everything you want to see, comfortably.
Yeah, I was there for a month in general. We went on the road for 2 weeks with a bus, so we did like I think 4 or 5 states,
Mm-hmm.
and then 2 weeks Long Island.
Right on. I've never even been to Long Island.
It was pretty
Yeah,
cool. We did. We went a lot to New York City with the train, so it was like 40 minutes. So it was pretty cool.
It's good stuff, man. Heck, you might have seen more of the United States than I have, and I've been here for 30 years.
Me too.
So, I mean, I've gone down to Florida. You know, I've been to Denver. I wanted to say something when Denver was mentioned earlier, but I'm like, let other people talk. But Denver is probably the most beautiful place in the country that I've seen, with the mountains and everything.
Oh yeah, man. I've
Pass
always
through
wanted
Texas. To go. It's beautiful. It made me not want to come back to Indiana, that's for sure. Because when we have our winter time, everything just looks sad and dead. When they have it, everything's like out of a Disney movie.
That sounds so depressing. Jesus.
But it's the truth. That's exactly like those cliche pictures of what people expect England to be like versus what it's really like. That's Midwest winter, but multiply it by about 2. Add some gross, slushy snow on the side of the roads that's completely polluted with car exhaust.
Oh
And
yeah,
take
we
all
have
the
the
leaves
same
off
thing.
the trees, and that's what it is.
It's like the dirty, muddy snow
Yeah.
from the cars driving. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God, it's terrible.
We have the experience here.
So I wasn't too happy to come back to my lovely state after seeing that.
Gray.
Yeah, lovely state of gray mush.
Hey, Dragon Ball news. Did y'all see that Gohan's new design that dropped for the new movie?
Yeah, I saw that, like a mashup between the Cell Arc.
Yeah, it looked like
Yeah, it looked cool.
he had like the little pieces of hair sticking out the sides like
Yeah.
he used to
Yeah.
back in the Cell games. And he's wearing the glasses too, so I'm like, man, I'm kind of hoping this does well, man. I'm kind of hoping they're going to throw us for a curveball, like Gamma 1 and 2 are not the bad guy of the movie, you know? And then they confirmed Broly the other day too. I mean, they did in the trailer. They showed him for that tiny little snippet.
Yeah.
But now they've got official artwork for him that released out the other day.
Yeah, I love to see more of him actually.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence about actually seeing it, not because of its 3D or anything like that, but because of how they did Totally Not Mark.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh my god, man.
not inclined
so
to
mad.
give the cat people, the cats and hats, my money at this point in life.
I feel that.
I know a lot of people argue against me, like, "Oh, you owe him everything," and you could say that I owe him something, but I just don't agree with how they treat their creator community.
It's just, man, we're just trying to make your story, in our opinion, better in certain ways that you won't take the risk because you're trying to be a kid-friendly cartoon, and I understand that. It's a Sunday morning cartoon for them. They can't have it like how they used to. It was 7:00 at night. You know, I just, you know. And then the way they did Mark like that, I think 81 of his videos got removed.
Something
His
like
entire
some
Dragon
outrageous
Ball,
number.
everything.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I stand Totally Not Mark. If he ever listens to this, you are more than welcome to talk on this podcast anytime you want, buddy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But it's creators like Totally Not Mark. I specifically credit Team 4-Star, and then earlier smaller YouTubers like Quaman that did Dragon Ball.
Quaman.
They're the ones who kept the series alive for so many
really
years
did,
while
man.
there was no Dragon Ball content.
There really
And
wasn't.
I think that it was really Dragon Ball Z Abridged that got people reinterested in the series and hyped up for when Battle of Gods eventually came out. So if it's not for them,
you're right.
I don't think Toei or Shueisha sees half the success they saw. And I know a lot of people, like I said before, will argue against that because of how popular of a series Dragon Ball is. They really brought the franchise to a whole new generation and breed of fans.
It did, man. Because,
Oh, for sure. And to be fair, Team 4-Star did a great job with it.
Oh, yeah. And I don't know if you guys follow him, but Moscow X does like his own little what if things. That guy's, I've been a fan of his for years too. Literally him, and then I'll give you a little bit of credit there, Mondo. You and Masako are probably the reason I continued writing fan manga. I didn't used to write it probably for like almost 7 or 8 years, and then I just saw y'all's channels and it really perked my ears up, and I started writing my own stuff. And then Bloodlines called me and was like, "Hey, you want the writing position?" And I was like, I get to just write an awesome story for you guys? Yeah, man, of course.
Yep.
I want that job.
Yeah.
Welcome in.
Right on, yeah. It's
And
it's
we
thank
did
you
a
for
podcast
that. I really
together
appreciate
also.
it.
So
well, the
I have a
biggest
partner
thing
for a
is
podcast.
Yeah.
with
You
when it
gotta
comes
have a
to-
duo, man. Iconic duos, man. The Goku
Yeah.
and
It helps to
Vegeta
have
of the Dragon
somebody
Ball podcast.
to lean on, man. It definitely helps to have a partner there and get you hyped and.
I mean, I used to do these podcasts with Tyrell back in the day when he had another name, but then he didn't have time anymore on Sundays, so that was a bummer.
Yeah. Which, shout out to Terrell. Thank you for everything, man. You've made
Thank
made
you
all
for
of this
bringing
go
us
very
together,
well.
though. It's
Oh yeah, man. I mean, what is it? 10 or 11 of us now, all across the globe. Got 4 in Australia.
Yeah, I think.
You're in Belgium. Geeko, shout out Geeko. He's France, I believe. And then we got Majin, who I think is in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. Man, we just
And
got
then we
Jamie
got,
down in Australia.
Yeah,
We got-
Australian boys.
You got Amaze Balls, Ellie Watson down there in Australia, down under. she's gonna hate me for that.
Yeah, probably.
I'm sure it's something they hear a lot from people outside the country.
Oh yeah, probably. She'll get on to me for it later.
Oh yeah, Mondo, I had a question for you. Like, have you? I was talking about Josh about this. Have you ever come across a lot of, because you see Frieza in a lot of different forms, right? Have you ever come across a lot of different forms for King Cold?
In terms of a fan manga?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or in general.
With fan
The
art,
only
not
one-
really. I mean, I'm sure I've come across iterations of what he'd look like in his final form. I think that's what they were going for with Cooler, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
But, obviously with Dragon Ball Multiverse, they show Cooler in a couple different forms. His usual second form, then his Cooler-esque final form, and then they have a fifth form after that where I believe it's Cooler's augmented form.
Yeah.
And then there was a multiverse. Wasn't it when Ginyu took over King Cold's body? He had to go up against. I think it was Bra, Sun Bra though.
Yeah,
It was
some
Vegeta's
powerful
daughter.
one.
Yeah. Oh my God, man.
That was an
no
intense
spoilers for multiverse, but holy crap,
No,
that
yeah,
girl is strong.
If you haven't seen Multiverse by now, anybody listening, you have done yourself a great disservice as a Dragon Ball fan. I don't care what anybody says. There are a lot of mangas out there. I
True.
say the same thing with Bloodlines, of course, too. With New Hope, with Raito, Dragon Ball Raito. Nobody's talking about that one, it seems like, and it's
I love that.
It's a
I
fun
love
trip.
that one. I've already
New
read
Hope is a
everything that-
great one as well, actually.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, New
Burry
Hope.
Burry did a wonderful job on that.
I get comments on that one quite a bit. Doesn't help that I was uploading clips to TikTok and probably got people reinterested that way, but
Oh yeah.
it always cracks me up. And in a way,
I
kind
follow
of
you on there.
on TikTok, a lot of
Yep,
people,
yeah,
I
I
guess,
follow
found
you.
me through, I guess, one of my comments on a random video has like 50,000 likes.
Yeah,
my
I seen that
God.
one too.
Wow.
And I was telling people in my Discord, I'm like, look, yeah, that is me, and I'm sorry. Sometimes I just can't keep my mouth shut when I know I should, but Karens make me mad. And that dude was a total Karen.
Oh wow!
I'll quickly explain it for people that don't know what I'm talking about. It was a prank video, which are hit and miss. And all dude did was run up and he's like, "Oh my god, I've been looking for this." And he didn't even say it that loud. And this dude freaks out to the point, like, "Oh, I was gonna knock you out." And he's just trying to flex in front of his girlfriend. And then he literally follows these guys. He's like, in my head, this guy thinks he's the Terminator. That's how he's walking through this mall, following these kids. Like, I'm gonna hunt him down. It's like, dude, you are such a freaking loser. Don't get me wrong. Don't annoy people in the store. I'm not advocating for that, but you're like, oh, you scared me.
Sure.
Ha ha. Be that secure and move on with life. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, but where's the fun to put it on TikTok then? Huh? I mean,
They gotta get the clicks, man. You gotta get the clicks to get the views.
it's
Who
like
knows? Half the stuff is staged nowadays. For all we know, that was 100% staged. But
yeah, probably
is.
just for entertainment. But still, like I myself am not on TikTok. I'm maybe considering it to make one for the podcast to post some short clips so people
Yeah.
can see it.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, and maybe do some YouTube shorts. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Just little gaming shorts. Like when Halo Infinite came out, I put a couple on YouTube just to see what it'd do. And
Oh, maybe
one
I
of
was
the-
talking about shorts from the podcast itself actually,
oh yeah, okay, let's do that.
like some
That'd be good.
promotional.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd really get the little bit more traction for us rolling.
And it's better for the algorithm, people say so.
No, it is, man. I got 900 views in a day before it got pulled down because the audio in the background was playing somebody else's song.
that always happens, man.
Oh.
I swear.
Ouch.
Yeah, music is a
I'll
big
take
thing.
it. 900 views, man.
Like-
It's more than my channel's had in a while, but I haven't put out any content. I just throw the podcast on here under my featured every now and then. But
This is to the point where I've had to be careful with audio. I pay, I think, it's either $200 every year or $200 every 6 months to license music from Artlist. I guess shout out,
okay,
sponsored,
yeah.
not unsponsored rather to them. I'm not sponsored by them. And I think it's $200 a year, and that's worth
That's
not
actually
having
a
to
good deal.
worry about
Yeah.
copyright nonsense and things coming back to bite me.
that's
Yeah,
the truth.
$200 a year is not much for copyright music actually.
Yeah, not bad at all, really.
Well, it's not like, top 40 songs or anything. They're not any artists you would have heard of, but the music is still very professional and very
yeah.
solid.
It's that's why I use for my streams. I use a lot of music from Stream Beats. I
I'm
don't know
sure
if
that's
you
the
heard
same
of it.
concept where it's just royalty-free music, copyright-free music, one of the two.
Copyright free, yeah, but you can use the service. The service is free, so it's they just post it on Spotify, and you can play the music on your videos, on your streams, on anything you want. So it's a pretty good service actually.
Good stuff. I'm glad to see more of those coming around because
Yeah, they've been out now for I think a year and a half, maybe two. I think it's
When,
2 years now.
I first started trying YouTube again in general. It was 2014. This is before Mondo Cool. It was a gaming channel. It's since been deleted, by the way, but I remember trying to find copyright-free music, and there are the few videos to where YouTube would allow it, or rather, where YouTube would show that you could just download the MP3 off of somebody else's video and it should be good to go.
Oh,
But I ended up making a lot of the music for our series myself because I had played guitar, drums, bass, everything for so many years, piano.
Yeah.
And I just have to say, I am so glad I don't have to worry about that crap anymore.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So much less of a
I,
hassle.
I had people, they made their own music for their videos, and those videos got claimed because of the music, because other people said it wasn't
Oh, God.
copyrighted. Yeah, it was bad. So
it just
bad.
happened. I think it happened to PewDiePie, where he can't play any of his own music.
Oh
or
yeah,
anything like that because they all claimed it.
yep.
It's so ridiculous.
It's so dumb.
Poor
Yes.
Felix.
It's, yeah, poor. I like PewDiePie, don't get me wrong, but anytime something happens to somebody in his position, I'm like, he can just wipe his tears with his $3 million in the bank.
Oh, let me just wipe
He'll
my
be
face
okay.
with money. Yeah,
True. I mean, I grew up with watching his content, so...
I never laughed harder at it, YouTube. I don't know what struck me so funny about PewDiePie, but his, what were they called? Why can't I remember the name? It was the 2D game with the bicycle.
Is Happy Wheels series?
Happy Wheels, yeah.
That was
Wheels.
great. Oh, that was
I laughed
so good.
so hard, and this is again back around 2014. To the
Oh,
point
yeah,
where
that
I'm
was
like,
way back.
I was getting dizzy, dude. I thought it was so funny.
And his prop hunt videos, same thing.
it's so funny.
I haven't watched him. Every now and then he'll pop up in my Facebook feed, and I'll watch a PewDiePie reacts to, but unfortunately, I just haven't been watching his newer stuff. I guess you can only upload 10 videos a day for so long till it starts to
Yeah,
you see
exactly.
something new, you know?
I mean, he live streams occasionally on YouTube, so...
That's pretty cool. I know he's
That's
pretty in touch with his fans over the years, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially
That's,
because he's just got such a wide fan base, man. He's got
Oh,
so
yeah.
many people.
That's unreal.
It's
It's
crazy.
ridiculous.
What drove me nuts about him, and I say this knowing I should just keep my mouth shut, like we talked about before the podcast, but I'm going to say it anyway. Very similar to Joe Rogan, PewDiePie went through this media nonsense to where he couldn't do anything right. You know, they're calling him a Nazi, a white supremacist.
Yeah.
He's teaching your children bad values, and I'm over here, an avid
remember
fan
that
at the
period.
time. And I'm like, where are you getting all this? This is like lawsuit-worthy stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
for
it was
sure.
so
Slander.
slanderous.
But because he's just a YouTube creator and
Yeah.
they're the media, they can say whatever they want without ill
Yeah.
repercussion.
Which
Yep.
I love now
We'll
that
just-
Joe Rogan has 10 times the audience of corporate media. That's hilarious to
truth.
me.
Yeah, that's very ironic, actually.
And I'm not saying he's the most accurate source to go to either. I'm just saying.
Definitely not.
I hate corporate media. I hope CNN, Fox, MSNBC, all of them go under. And I know that sounds so malicious on my end, but I don't care.
You're
can-
entitled
I
to your
can,
opinion, man.
I can always cut this part out, so...
Oh, I'm not that worried about it, man.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's so let's circle back for what people come to this podcast for, and that's Dragon Ball.
Definitely.
We had some stuff written. I don't know if there is any specific Dragon Ball topic you want to discuss, Mondo.
Shoot. Not really at the top of my head.
We want to.
Heck, you know, when you live and breathe the stuff, it's hard to think of something in particular because I'm at a point to
Yeah.
where Dragon
Guys.
Ball isn't just something I enjoy. It's literally like eating and
You
drinking
go
to
sleep
me.
with it.
I understand, man. Who's your top 3 favorite characters and why?
I'm
That's
going
a
to
good
go
one to go.
with, in no particular order, Jocko
Sure.
for one of them.
Okay.
Because-
okay.
That's original.
He's,
I like that.
He's a fun, silly character. He's also really, what's the word I'm looking? I guess sassy. And
Yeah.
That's
my
a good
affection
word.
for him comes from because I named one of my pet ferrets Jocko, because Jocko's the biggest weasel in Dragon Ball Super.
That he is.
He is.
He is so good at delegating people's all his own responsibilities.
Yeah, and then he seems like he was. Or I say the concept of his character changed throughout the course of how long they've had him in the series now. Initially, he was described as an incompetent this, that, or the other. He was basically made to be like almost the Zap Brannigan of Dragon Ball.
Okay.
And
Second
he actually
feature
is extremely competent other than 1 or 2 moments. Like, he has a super crazy vision he used in the Inter-Universal Tournament with Universe 6 and Universe 7, where
Yeah.
only he saw that Frost was cheating.
Yeah.
He,
Yeah. That did happen.
I mean, he's had that filler episode, of course, to where he let that monster escape that infected Barry, or the parasite or whatever, in the Great Saiyaman filler. And that's where I feel like that's who they wanted him to be. But canon-wise, I don't think that's who he's been at all. So I kind of like Jocko as a a B or a C character. I think he's fun.
Okay.
I like that they included him in Resurrection F too. That was really nice.
Yeah, I thought he was enjoyable in that as well.
Yeah, and it fits, so...
Then, for my other one, who else do we got then? I guess if we're just going main characters, I'm going to take Vegeta over Goku, because...
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club.
Every time.
he's just a more interesting character to me, it's... When I think about Goku, we got to see Goku grow up. More or less we saw every aspect of his life up until at the end of the Cell games.
Yeah.
But with Vegeta, there's a whole new character, literally a whole new, an evil character that we could still go back and watch as an origin story, as much as people hate those two words. And I think that would be a lot of fun to just see him be evil again.
I would love
for
that.
a prequel OVA.
That is why I liked the Margin Vegeta so much.
It just gave him so much more depth. His
Yeah.
character just had
And
that.
the same now with Ultra Ego.
I
I do like that
It
transformation.
went primal again.
don't know if I want purple though, man. The black with like the purple outline would have been cool, but solid purple, I'm just like, man, it's like they just saw the fan designs and ran with it, which I'm cool with. I have no problem with it. I like it. I like the eyebrows and everything, but I mean, I don't know.
What eyebrows?
Yeah, lack of the caveman bones he has, Super Saiyan 3 eyebrows.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, that's the thing. Like that's the thing I love about Vegeta. It just goes primal again, back to his old ways, kinda.
Oh, yeah.
Still with the goodness in his heart he got over the years, but it's still being
Still a
back to
Primal
badass.
Saiyan fighting
Yeah.
for his family.
and
But man,
for my third, I'm gonna go with Krillin, because you got to root for the underdog.
Okay.
there you go. That's a good one, man. I like that. We've already talked about ours at length with 4 episodes now, so just trying to see where you stood, but
That's
Of course,
so
my
yeah,
characters typically change who I like.
Sure.
same.
If you would have asked me when I was a kid, I would have also said Krillin, but that's because my mom always shaved my head, because she always said that was the style at the time, and I was the only kid in school with a shaved head. So,
Yeah, man, that's questionable.
I think it was more the convenient style at the time.
Probably.
hey man,
Which is
looking
fine,
back,
no
I had
biggie.
the bowl cut, so
You had the
your
what?
bald head. I had the bowl cut.
The bowl cut.
My mom literally put the
Oh.
bowl over my head and
Oh,
cut
geez.
around. Oh, it was terrible, man. 97
Yeah.
was a tough year.
So I'm guessing
Damn.
Namek Saga Gohan was one of your favorites.
Buddy, that was like my first introduction to the character, man. Yeah, so I was like, hey, it's me.
That's funny.
I had much less hair here and much more here, so.
No, whenever, so I don't know about you guys, we would go out to recess in like 3rd, 4th grade, and we'd play Dragon Ball. However kids play that, just pretend to fight.
Yep.
yeah.
I'm surprised we got away with it as much as we did, because we'd actually hit each other, not hard. We never hurt each other. Accidents happened, but we never try to hurt each other. And the teachers were just like, whatever. But maybe that is Catholic school for you. They don't have a problem hitting us. They don't care if we hit each other.
It's and I think they stopped us. There was one teacher, I don't know what grade it was again, but we were throwing like fake blasts around the playground. Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
And they were just looking at us like, what the hell are they doing?
Kids being kids, man.
It was
If you ever have a
fun,
question
though.
about kids, that's just what you got to tell yourself. There's kids being kids.
Yep.
But I remember looking at my silhouette in the wintertime, and my mom would give me those big, poofy down jackets where the feather would half the time come through the jacket and poke you randomly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And seeing my silhouette with my bald head and my big, poofy jacket, I'm like, dude, I look like Freeze from the Batman series or something. So I always,
Like,
growing up, I always wanted to have a big, full head of hair, which is ironic because I'm going bald now. But by the time I hit
joy.
8th
Isn't it
grade,
great?
my hair was down to halfway past my, down to halfway towards my shoulders. And I found out why my mom would always shave my head. It's because my hair is so thick, I can't do any hairstyle. It's just a big old rat nesty mop. So eventually, I'm gonna put out some
And the
of
maintenance.
I mean, there's nothing you could really do to it unless you wanted to put a good amount of money and time towards it, which I didn't. You know, what 14-year-old male wants to spend all their time doing their hair? But eventually, I'm gonna find some of these pictures and post them online because they're so hilarious to go back and look at. And I thought it looked so awesome at the time, except more resembled anime hair.
I used to spike mine up too, man.
I wanted to do that.
My wife found this one picture of me, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Jersey Shore or whatever, but it was circa 2004, 2005, before Jersey Shore. I looked just like that Pauly D guy, man.
That's funny.
It was terrible.
But in your head, you're like, I'm Goku, you know, or I'm Vegeta.
I thought in my head I looked like him, but looking back at those pictures, I'm like, who is that dweeb? Oh, that's me. Oh,
who is that dumbass?
It's me.
Yeah.
What do you know?
I think we can all relate to that, man. I think we can all do that.
Oh, yeah.
Especially going back, because I already still have a pretty fat face. So when I was a kid, I especially had a baby face. And trying to spike my hair when it was like maybe 2 inches long.
Yeah.
And super thick, and then having my hamster-like face, I looked like such a freaking fool, man. It was hilarious, though.
I mean, I was glad when I started to grow out my beard for the first time, so my baby face was starting to be covered.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Now if I shave, wow, it's
terrible. My wife told me if I ever did it again, she'd divorce me. So the beard's staying.
Wow.
I've clean shaved my face once in the past 10 years now, I think, and I'll never do it again.
Yeah, it's
and
it's cold when I do it.
And it's cold.
Oh my God!
Now,
Yeah.
It's like 10 degrees out right now. Actually, it's 31 out here right now, so I'll take
in the
that.
summer, I try to make it a little bit
33.
shorter because it's too hot, but I'm not clean shaving it. It's the worst.
Oh man.
No, I had a toothache a while back, about 3 months ago or so, and had to get a root canal and everything. And even then, I'm like, I'm gonna shave it on the lowest setting. I'm not, because I needed to get the ice pack on there.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, people have always talked about how bad toothaches are. I didn't realize it was going to be literally the worst pain of my life.
Terrible.
It is terrible.
It's literally horrible.
There is one point to where I'm at CVS. I can't remember what I was picking up from CVS. It was probably something regarding the tooth or ibuprofen or whatnot. And I'm literally hunched over in one of the aisles in pain. It was hurting so bad.
Oh my God.
And I'm sure I just looked like a drug fiend or a weirdo, but I'm like, I don't care at all.
I need my drugs.
Yeah, it was so painful. And I'm like, I see why at early YouTube you'd have those really, really weird videos. And one of them I remember, it was some dude literally pulling his tooth out because he had a toothache, and it always just lived in my brain. And I'm like, I get it now. I get it.
The one thing that always helped me was whiskey.
Whiskey?
Oh yeah.
Whiskey.
I almost
Drink
picked up
whiskey.
some grain alcohol, but
you
I
go.
didn't. I do enjoy a glass of whiskey, though.
If you have a little bit of pain, it's not that bad. Drink whiskey and it just knocks it out.
You want me to get rid of that pain? There you go.
Yep.
Warm me up a shot of whiskey.
Oh man.
So, do we want to talk about a little bit about the last chapter, or
Yeah, I can. We can.
if it's okay with you, Mondo?
That's fine, man. I can pull it up I had it on my other monitor.
I
here.
got mine pulled up. I just want
Here
to
it
make
is.
sure that the. All right, yeah, we're good.
Like doing some the last 5-10 minutes, and then I think we have a nice wrap up.
Yeah. Definitely.
And if I
Oh,
get
the-
too rambly about random stuff, just let me know, because I'm just.
Oh no, I love
Oh, no,
I
man,
love
you're
the
fine,
Lego
man.
talk. We need more of that on the podcast, actually.
Man, outside talk is always welcome. We tend to talk about the same things over and over again if we're just talking about Dragon Ball. So
That's kind of-
everything is welcome.
Where I've came to with doing any podcast, the few I do or interviews, where I'm like, whatever comes to me, but I have no intention of being nervous or trying to prepare to talk about things. I'm not doing a TED Talk, you know?
Oh
Yeah,
no! We do the same. We just write down some lines what we can discuss, maybe.
Just ideas.
But
I got like a sheet full of 5 ideas, and
Yeah,
one of them's just like
I
talk
also
about
have
the
a
chapter.
notepad, but it's just for a general line through the whole thing.
Gotcha.
But if we jump to another thing, we just talk about that. I mean, we try to keep it Dragon Ball related, of course, but if we go on a tangent, so be it.
Yeah,
it's always
Tangents are
fun.
welcome, man. Let's see.
So
yeah.
what did we think about the last one, the last chapter?
I liked it. The one thing I've been liking a whole lot more about the Granola arc here is that it's a lot of story, some chapters, and then they know how to dole it out. Like, you'll get a chapter that's story, and you'll get a chapter that's a little bit mixed of fighting and punchy, and then story. But this one was interesting, man. Vegeta really threw me for a loop, and
oh yeah,
he always does. So
Yeah. They keep him
it
in.
was
gave him that bean, man. Finally gave him the bean, and yeah.
and
Just
also I like
Vegeta
the
said.
design with Granola's new suit, with the black
yeah.
suit.
With the suspenders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
The older I've gotten, I've become a fan of suspenders. So that's not even a bad joke. I've legit, the last few times I've thrown on jeans, for a joke, I wore them to a buddy's bachelor party.
Yeah.
And after realizing, like, dude, these hold up my pants 1,000 times better than a belt does.
Yeah, man.
And I'm like, I wear
The
a
old
hoodie
guys had
anyway,
it
so it's
right,
not
man.
like anybody knows.
Oh yeah, I used to wear them like when I was a kid, but
And then the one scene where Granola starts fighting him, and he throws a dang wrecking ball at him, and then out of nowhere, it's like they jumped into the Naruto universe, and he's got like 800
Sure
kunai
did.
knives
Yeah.
surrounding
They are.
him.
and then he catches them
Well,
all.
man, and they missed the dang opportunity. They missed an opportunity with this scene with Granola holding them all like this. He should have said, "Little boys shouldn't play with knives." That would have been great, man.
Yeah,
I'm not-
missed out.
Unfortunately, I've never watched Naruto or pretty much any other long-running anime besides Dragon Ball.
It's a
oh,
hassle, man.
I've never I've seen some pieces and bits of Naruto, but I never started watching the series. It's
We used to do versus battles on our anime groups on Facebook, like who would win versus this and this, and then
Oh, yeah.
people would actually bring in like feats and stuff, and I was like, I've never seen this show, so I'm gonna have to watch it, and I've watched like a lot of the battles and stuff, and I started watching it, man, but geez, man, I'm like 70 episodes in, and I'm not even like at the main bad guy yet.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on?
the only long time running series I saw was Fairy Tail.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I thought that was
I got like
it got a lot of
45
criticism,
episodes.
but I enjoyed it for the little while I watched it.
I really enjoyed it actually, especially with I know the main character don't really have like developments, you can say, but like the new characters they bring in, the dynamic between characters, I like it. It's especially the battles.
I've been trying to keep up with a lot of the new manga or new animes too, man, because like Black Clover's good, Fire Force is good, Demon Slayer's like the biggest one in the world. So I mean, that one's
to
good,
start
too.
watching that.
You need to watch it. I told you, you gotta watch it, man. I can't even talk about it then.
I mean, I've been watching Black Butler, and yeah, my favorite one, Code Geass, is top.
Yeah.
Top. It's
Top tier for you.
Man,
and I promised I'd watch it, so I will.
it's amazing. Storytelling wise, it's the best anime I've ever seen.
Oh man, that's praised high.
Yeah. Have you ever seen it, Mondo?
Seen which one?
Code Geass.
I have not. I remember when it was on Toonami back in the day,
Yeah.
but I never watched it, unfortunately. Is that the one that had a 3D rendered iteration as well, or is that a different series I'm thinking of?
That's a different one.
Okay.
You're probably
No,
thinking
no,
of,
this show is like
Gantz.
50
Code Lyoko or
episodes.
something.
It's pretty
Something
good.
like that.
And it also has a movie, but the thing is about this show, like, if you end the show, it ends great, but if you watch the movie, it
Yeah.
ends great as well. it wraps up everything as well. So you can quit at the show, but I recommend watching the movie after.
Yeah. I have a
it's
big
pretty
long
good.
list of shows that I still need to watch.
Same.
I had my niece recommend me a few. When I say my niece, she's an adult. It's my niece through marriage, so she's closer to being my younger sister than that. But about a year ago, she recommended No Game, No Life.
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
seen that one?
Good
I've
one.
heard of that.
And
I haven't
there are
watched
good
it yet,
aspects
though.
to it, but there's a big awkward thing about it where I'm like looking at my sister like, you better watch your daughter. Like this is like this is it just got, for anybody that hasn't seen it, that's all I'm gonna say. It's like it has a big awkward component to it where
It's
I'm like
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm like, they could have made this an insanely sweet, heartwarming anime. They just decided to go left turn. And
Like most of them do.
That's the last one I watched. Because I think it was only like 10 episodes or 13 episodes or something. I figured, I could have it on in the background while I'm editing and stuff.
The shortest one I watched was, I think, Devil May Cry. Was also 10 episodes.
I heard about that one, and I haven't seen it, unfortunately. I like the games.
It's that's the only anime where the...
Or are you talking about like Devilman Crybaby?
No, Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry, okay.
Cry. It's it's like 10 episodes, and it's pretty cool.
Huh. I'll have to check that one out too.
And as well as the Japanese, as the dub version, are pretty good, actually.
Yeah, the Attack on Titan just came back out, but my wife, I'm getting her into anime very slowly, and Attack on Titan was her first one that she watched, and she is obsessed. But
that's awesome.
She likes dubbed because she can't keep up, read, and watch at the same time. So we're waiting on the new dubbed of part 2 of season 4 of Attack on Titan. So
what I do most of the time for anime is like watch it first in dub to get the whole story, so I don't have to read the lines, and then rewatch it in Japanese because
So
I
you
know
get
the
that
story,
emotion.
so I can focus more on the Japanese.
yeah.
I can do either, really. I can read, or I can watch, or I can do both. I watch TV with subtitles either way. I'm one of those weirdos.
I hate
me
it.
too, man. I got kids, man. I'm not gonna be able to hear
yeah.
anything if I'm watching something. So
Well, that and I don't know when it started, but at a certain point in my life, I'm like, why is everybody whispering? And like, I can't hear a thing they're saying. And it just gives me so much more comprehension to be able to have the option to read while I'm listening to it, if it is in English.
And you don't have to rewind every 5 seconds to figure out, what did he say?
Like my dad used to do. It drove me nuts. We'd always joke around because he was one of those people that it's like, it's my house, I'm going to do what I want. And the biggest thing he'd always choose to do is rewind everything he thought was funny or he didn't catch or this, that, or the other with the television shows or movies. But one last anime I'll mention, just because it made me laugh. Shout out to my lead Discord mod, Dan. He recommended High School DD.
My sister watched that. I've never actually watched it.
I never watched it.
Oh, dang. I wish you guys did. I'm not going to say it's good. It's very raunchy. It's very fan servicey. It made me laugh. But dear God, I'm like, why did you recommend this to me? It basically just boobs every 3 minutes, and it's like a harem anime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
That tells you anything. And I'm like, don't get me wrong.
Oh, it does.
It was an enjoyable experience on the most immature levels, but I'm not above, laughing at something just silly,
Yeah.
No, for sure. Yeah, and also there is the one I can recommend you also is like Black Butler, and you ever seen that one?
I have not.
And Black Lagoon as well. The Black Butler is kind of not. I'm not gonna say long because it has like 3 seasons, but if you watch it, skip season 2 because it doesn't work in the story. It's just one big filler season. So
Gotcha.
And Black Lagoon is like 15 episodes, I think.
Yeah, the short ones
so
are
I think
short
that's
and
another
sweet.
one my niece actually recommended was Black Butler. And
It's good. It's very good.
It's good.
the one I'll say I don't understand the hype behind, though I'm glad people enjoy it, you know, so if people like it, awesome. I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm glad they're able to have success off it. It was Assassination Classroom.
I heard about it. I heard a lot of
that.
different opinions about it too, but
Like,
I've never
I watched the
watched
first 3 episodes of it, and I'm like, it just didn't draw me in. Maybe it's one of those slow burn things. I hear that a lot about Naruto as well.
Yeah.
yeah, like after episode 100, you like it or something.
Yeah.
I'm in episode 75, man, and I'll be honest with you, like, I used to, and I hate saying it out loud, but I used to make fun of kids that like Naruto, man. And then I watched it, and I was like, man, I need to call a couple people and apologize.
And
like,
then you became one of the
got
kids.
Bad rap, you know. I hate to say it, but it's the people that would go to school cosplaying and, you know, live
That's the
your best
thing,
life.
man.
You do you, man. But to an outsider,
Nobody-
it's
you know,
very strange.
It's strange. Yeah.
Nobody cared that you liked Naruto.
Yeah.
What we cared about was before you started class, you guys were trying to Rasengan each other in the face.
Yeah.
In the middle of the class. In the
Running
middle
down
of
the
the classroom.
hallways with your arms at your sides or at recess, and like I
Which I
said,
get it,
no
man.
judgment, especially now as an adult, no judgment. But you're broadcasting that to a whole lot of people that don't understand what you're doing at all.
Yeah.
And so when
That
people
is
get
very
confused, it's usually off-putting.
I've
So
made
that
my
was,
phone
I
calls
think,
already
most
and apologized, though, because I love it.
when that's your first introduction to Naruto, you don't have a like I want to be that. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
that's you don't look at that kid and feel that way.
I'm going to be the next Hokage.
As an adult, I can look at it and be like, that's actually kind of cool that they're focused on that rather than the delinquent things I was up to as a kid, you know?
Me too, man.
But as another kid, it's I'll stop
I
going
know
in
I'm
circles.
jumping
But
off
as another
subject
kid,
here,
it
but
was
did
a
y'all
little
see
bit
that
strange
Gas
to
did
look on it.
Destruction?
It's oh,
We
Oh
lost
my
you.
God.
we lost him.
Did my computer just crash?
So yeah, we're back. We're back.
Sorry about
Technical
that.
difficulties, but we're back.
Gotta love Discord.
So yeah, I think we what were we talking about now? Oh yeah, the small kid Naruto.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I don't
that's
know if
all
you
it
guys
is.
heard.
Just
Yeah.
if your first introduction was that kid at recess or the kid in the hallway that would run with his arms at his side and talk about
Yeah.
becoming this ninja guy, etc. It was off-putting. It was kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh in a way, or any other anime.
Oh
that
yeah.
you were
If you didn't
an
understand
outsider
what was
to.
going on, you were gonna be
Yeah.
confused. So.
Yeah, if you start out vastly confused by something, it's for a 10-year-old, an 11, 14-year-old, etc. It's gonna be hard to find interest amidst that confusion.
It is. But
That's the truth.
we also had like when we were younger, like the oldest kids at school were always thought we were weirdos because we were throwing fake blasts at each other and punching each other.
Yeah.
I was there.
So,
I stopped
yeah.
doing that by the time I was in 5th grade because I changed schools to a public school,
Oh, okay.
which went wonderfully. The Catholic school kid coming to a public school, everybody knowing
problem
that
there.
I fit in so well. Actually, people are really cool by the time 5th grade came around. 4th grade, they were a little iffy. But they were mostly cool to me in
Yeah.
5th grade. Good experience.
Well, that's good.
But I never, chances are a lot of people looked at me as a weirdo in 4th and 3rd grade when I do that stuff, but I never once in my life until this very moment thought that I didn't look like the coolest kid on the playground.
Agreed.
Doing
I
Dragon
mean-
Ball Z stuff. I never,
Yeah.
and that stuff never came to mind, worried about judgment, and I guess it was the same thing for the Naruto kids. They weren't worried about
Yeah.
being judged, they were just having fun.
Yep. Let them live
That's
their
all-
lives.
that's all that
and
matters.
They're happy. We're happy. It's
Find what you like and have fun.
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Unless it's
Just
NFTs.
As
Yeah.
long as it doesn't hurt anybody.
as long
I
as
mean,
that isn't NFT.
and if it
yeah,
does,
sure.
if it's consensual
Christoph,
hurt,
do you hear
you're
it?
fine.
God damn it.
Christoph. Hey, come on now.
I actually
Be nice, Frank.
I mean, I'm not gonna go into it, but yeah, if they want to do it, sure. Why
Yeah.
not?
Are you talking about NFTs still?
Fuck yeah.
Oh god.
I don't know anything about them. I was just
I'm still trying to
bandwagoning on
figure it
the
out, man.
People that hate them. I could care less about NFTs. I won't lie to you. people doing them. I just don't like the people stealing other people's artwork to do them.
That's a big problem with it.
Yeah, or people see somebody else's idea, change one little detail, and run with it.
Yeah.
Yep. And sell it as their artwork as an NFT. It's big garbage.
You guys know Saberspark?
No.
No, he does cartoon reviews. He's probably about 1 million subs by now, if not more. I don't know. I followed him forever. And somebody stole his avatar, his YouTube avatar, and made an NFT out of it. He posted about that today or yesterday.
What?
Oh, there'd be
So I had to go
ramifications.
Well, he said he sent a takedown notice, but the website just ignores them all because they make so much money off it. They're basically daring people to sue him. But I had to go look, see, is there a Mondo Cool NFT? And no, I'm not cool enough for that. I'm not popular enough. So good news and bad news there.
He has like 1.5 million subs. Damn.
That doesn't surprise me. He's a good channel.
Yeah. Saberspark.
Saberspark, absolutely check him out.
Yeah,
I'll throw him a
I
sub.
like his banner design as well.
I think actually he might have been the inspiration for my avatar when I was using that on the channel, to where it has different expressions. I'm like, that's a really good idea. A good way to be immersive without putting yourself on the page. And personally, I don't know about you guys, I've always connected a little bit better with cartoons versus live action, I suppose.
Oh,
I've always been a
depends on
fan
what
of
it is, but
cartoons.
yeah, and this is also like the
One
first
second, I
time
accidentally
I'm
unplugged my
recording
headphones.
something. This is the first time recording something for YouTube with my face on it, so this is gonna be strange.
Me too.
Because my live stream, my live streams have my avatar on it, so my viewers
Yeah.
from Twitch will gonna see my face for the first time now.
Yeah. Well.
It's so hi guys.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
I think we're gonna wrap up for today though, because we've been going for an hour and 15.
All right. Yeah, man.
It was
It was a pleasure, man.
It was really, really fun to have you on, Mondo.
Thanks, dude. I had a lot of fun today. I know I got a little bit rambly in parts, but
It's
just-
fine. It's
like I
fine.
said, that's how I talk. That's how I do these. And if there's anything that you need to cut out, I won't be offended. I understand 1,000%.
Oh, you're
Oh
fine.
no,
But I had
It's
I
gonna
had a whole
be
lot of fun talking with you guys
just
today.
that-
We curse and talk about whatever we want on this
True.
podcast. It's not.
yeah, it's
It's just
assigned as
fun.
18 plus, so we're fine.
At the
Yeah.
end here, it's randomly like, let's talk about something controversial. I'm not even going to name
Yep.
something. I'm not even going to throw out anything there. I'm not stepping into that trap.
Nope.
Somebody will cut that sound and you'll be in some trouble.
Oh, I'm waiting for that day to come. Somebody just decide they hate my face and try to ruin my life.
Yeah, it
it's-
happens, man.
So it was really, really great to have you on, and thank you for making the time to join our little production. Actually,
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Thanks, man.
it's I think we're going to try to make this 2 times a month now, but we will see with the timing and
That's the goal.
yeah. But for
You're
now,
always
we will.
welcome back, man.
Otherwise,
Especially if new
we're
stuff
still
happens.
going for every month.
That's
Yeah.
that's the minimum. At least
Yeah,
once a month.
yeah.
It's definitely sometime down the road. Let's do this again. And
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, for
hopefully next
sure.
time, I won't forget to set an alarm and literally be rolling off of my couch, falling asleep with the animals who are barking like crazy.
Oh my god.
So,
It was yeah. So thank you everyone for listening, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Have a good day.
peace out.